First time I heard or ever saw anything about independent trucks was basically just being at the park, seeing like a lot of the pros skating there, like Randall Buck, Brian Buck, the trucks they were riding, this new truck that was coming out. Looking in Skateboarder magazine and seeing some of the ads that were coming out, like this one right here with Bobby Valdez at Newark for one of the Hester series. Um, Advertising this new truck, and it looked like it had a really good design and shape to it. Seen some of my friends riding the trucks. They just looked like they had a new cool image that was coming out. Yeah, Winchester Skate Park was the first skate park I started skating at. Started meeting a bunch of locals there, and then I ended up going over to Camel Skate Park, and I started riding for the team there. And the team actually we had competitions every week to win like skate time products and everything, and the goal was to try to get on the A team at Campbell. And if you got on the A team at Campbell, you got free product, and the free product was donated by Santa Cruz, and it was Santa Cruz decks and independent trucks, OJ wheels. So I was really super excited to get sponsored, and an independent came along with that. Well, as far as the pros I looked up to and the guys that were riding the trucks, Bobby Valdez, Steve Alba, Rick Blackheart. I was really super excited that going to this skate park and get my membership, there, and looking forward to seeing these guys ride and finding out that Rick Blackheart already got kicked out before I got my membership. So, I was a little bit bummed out that I wouldn't be able to see him skate in person, but, I could still follow him through the magazine. Let's see, the first truck ads were around 1978. So, I started riding skateboards around 1976, and I rode around home, and I got my membership in late '77. So when I got to the skate park, like I said, Independent was a new truck that was coming on the scene, and one of the first ads, being a young skater, very impressionable, and reading Skateboarder magazine and seeing what was in the magazine, seeing these first ads with Rick Blackheart and Bobby Valdez, and also even Steve Olson as well. Just really cool ads got my interest, and I think just the fact, just the logo itself really sold the truck. It had a really strong image, and it was very iconic, and still to this day, it's one of the most iconic images around. Everyone knows independent trucks.
Yeah.
Well, the skate park scene was really, really strong in the late '70s, and there was a lot of pools being built with coping, and grinding was one of the aspects of skating. And you try to find an edge that you had, either was really sharp, whether made of cement or made of the coping, and just that sound that you got, and just the way it felt on your trucks. So once you learn how to kick turn everything, learn how to carve, the next thing was to try to get your trucks on the coping or an edge, and learn how to grind. And that sound and that feeling, grinding trucks, I mean, that's what skateboarding's about. Obviously, when the coping's a little bit sauced up, you can get a little bit longer grind.
Yeah.
But just that sound, the sound that trucks make, I mean, that's all part of skateboarding. One of my favorite ads is this one of Scott Foss right here. Just the way it was shot, the fact that he's got the indie stickers on his knee pads, and just Scotty's style, man, it's just timeless. Man, there's so many awesome ads in here. This book is just incredible, man. It brings back a lot of memories,
Yeah,
and actually, there's actually some photos in here as well that I don't remember. Some ads that I just kind of overlooked, but yeah. I mean, even like the little tiny independent stickers underneath the coping. I mean, when I looked at the ad, I looked at everything. I'm like, oh, this is so sick. Oh, and you could see the tile, and you just know that's Winchester Skate Park right there. Yeah, the pink pool. My first ad, it came out in 1983. I think it's a photo mofo shot. It's just a picture of me kind of looking up. It's not even a picture of me skating. But it's a super strong statement of like, wait, who is this? Oh, right, for Indy now. Like, oh, my name's not even on the ad. It's just a photo of me. If you look at it. And then my next ad here was pretty cool. Shot at the Dolphin Pool, and I think it was right after one of those Capitola Classics in 1984. It's like an old street style contest, and it's all show, no go. I think we just had heard that there was this pool in Santa Cruz, opened up, and then we went and skated it, called the Dolphin Pool. Third ad I had was doing a lean to tail over the channel at Lance's, wearing a pink Stubbies sweatshirt. I don't even know where I got that sweatshirt from. Crazy. This is one of my favorite ads right here. Paint walls, not trucks. What was cool about independent back in the day was, and which made the company even cooler, was the fact that they released these really special limited edition t-shirts for just the team. We'd wear them at different contests, different events, different demos. So that was one of the highlights of being on the team, was having these special gifts and t-shirts that no one else could buy or have, and it just made us feel like we were part of something, and still stoked that he still does that, having special things that just for the team, just makes it a tighter knit. So this ad right here, this is probably one of my favorite indie ads that I've had. I think I've had 8 already, and sharing one with Josue. So I remember going out with Mofo and saying, hey, thinking about what can we do for an ad. And I thought, you know what? What is the emphasis of trucks? It's grinding, and what are skaters always trying to do? We're trying to seek and find things and grind them. So let's just shoot the ad right here. I think we're aiming at a spot or something, and just want to show a picture of me kind of grinding an edge with the trucks, and I just thought, this could be kind of like a lifestyle portrait, and this is what we do with trucks, and this is the same saying I came up with: seek, find, and grind. So, and it's got like, I had the little independent stickers on the tail, so you got that in there as well, and I don't know, I just thought it was a really cool photo. In around 1986, 87, I took a trip to Europe with Mofo, once again, unannounced. It was a Thrasher magazine article that we were doing, and went out there with a bunch of skaters. Christian Osoy, Pat Noho, Rob Roscott, Lance Mountain, Mark Gator Rogowski, Gons, Dave Duncan, and we ended up going to this ramp in Italy, and it was a really good ramp, and me and Christian were doing doubles, and Mofo shot the photo, and I guess it ended up becoming an ad here, doing a backside underneath Josue's huge backside air. One of my favorite doubles photos and ads that I think it was a Pau Peralta ad, was we shot at Upland, and it's a picture of me doing a backside alley-oop in the square pool, going underneath Lance frontside air. And I remember I didn't go as high as I was supposed to, and Lance went a little bit higher, and I had my hand reaching down, and I accidentally grabbed the top of his helmet and I grabbed it and pulled his helmet up, and his helmet's flipping back, and the chin strap is right in his face. And it's such a great photo. There's a lot action in that, and they ended up using that for an ad. So that's pretty iconic photo. The cross symbol, but the metallic, like the gold, gold and silver foil and black and red. Those were pretty much my favorite independent stickers. Those are the ones I still use today and put on my tail at times, is those 2 circular independent stickers, and I think that's one of my favorite logos of all time. Just the fact, those colors, the black and the maroon and the silver or gold behind, smashes all the other trucks. I love the titanium ones, the super light ones. Those are my favorite. I just love, when I'm riding my board, I just like it to feel feathery light. You know, I don't want it to be super heavy. You know, having a lighter board, having lighter trucks, got to get together and shoot at Hawk's ramp, and Hawk was there, which was very fortunate, and got to skate with him, and we got to shoot a doubles photo together, and I got to do an air over Hawk, you know, and so the trucks definitely helped me fly a little bit higher, and he's such a tall dude that I knew that I had to blast, man, you know, and it was cool the way the photo worked out, where, you know, we really weren't sure what we were going to do, and I mentioned to Hawk, I'm like, hey Tony, you know, you mind shooting a doubles photo with me, you know, maybe get some footage and stuff, and he's like, yeah, so what do you want to do over me? And I'm like, wait, I'm gonna go over you? Okay. And he's so tall, and he's all, so yeah, you know, let's start out with like a Smith grind. And I'm like, okay, well, I'll just do a simple, you know, backside air. I think you wanted me to do an India air or something, and I would have loved to.
I thought we were just gonna shoot an India air, and then all of a sudden, like, you and Tony are like figuring it out, and I was like, oh wait, something else is going on here.
Yeah, so we drop in, and I do an air, and then he does a Smith grind, and we nail that, and then he's like, yeah, but I want to do something different over you, like maybe a blunt slide or a 5-0 to fakie. So Tony started doing I guess we do a 5-0 to fakie, but then he changed his mind and started doing blunt slides, and you have to stand up on that. So I'm like, okay, well then I'm gonna have to blast an air. So I did one air, and I was like, I blasted, and my feet came off, and I was bailing, and I guess you look through your lens, and you're like, hey, was that a 1 foot?
Yeah, you going judo?
And I'm like, no, I was just bailing. But I could try 1 foot, and I haven't done a 1 foot that big in a while. So when you showed me the photo, I'm like, wow, that actually looks kind of cool, man. All right, well, let's go for it. So it took us some attempts, you know, to nail it. But I think we got a pretty good photo out of it.
Yeah, a couple close calls. Tony's like, I felt you.
Oh, yeah. And I felt bad because sometimes he made the blunt and I bailed, or, you know, I was just like, oh, man, I should have made it, you know. But like I said, I hadn't done a 1 foot air that high in a long time. So, you know, it was a NBD for me and Tony. People, you know, will see the photo, but they don't know what goes into that photo, you know, and what we're thinking, the pressure that's put on us having to do that. And like I said, for this photo with me and Tony, you know, he's doing a blunt slide, and I have to make sure that I clear him coming in, and the fact I'm taking my foot off and making sure that I'm putting my foot back on and I'm clearing the coping, I'm not going to hang up. There's a lot of things going on in your mind, you know, so it's cool, man. I'm really blessed and honored to be able to still be rolling, and especially alongside Tony Hawk, man. And he rides for independent trucks. That's the coolest thing, man. Like, who would have ever thought, you know? Tony Hawk on independent truck. So we're teammates. We're teammates, man. It's cool.
Hi, this is Kayak Dave. If you want to see not kayaking, then subscribe to Independent's YouTube channel for some awesome internet content. Link above my head.